Hello everyone and welcome back to today's weather video. So I've been off the grid for the past few days, just doing some self-care of mine over this past weekend. I hope you all enjoyed the Super Bowl last night. I did. I enjoyed the halftime show of the weekend. And I don't know if you all know this, but it is winter outside. It is definitely winter. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. All right. And over the past week, or basically, I know I've missed out on doing, a couple videos about the Arctic invasion that has been in the upper Midwest in the Great Lakes region. I mean, it is just bone cold out there. Wind chill values are well below zero. In some places, -40, -50 degrees below zero are the wind chill values. If you live in places like North, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, going into the Chicagoland area, you know that this time is cold. And the thing is that this winter we haven't really seen Arctic cold, but we finally got some of that Arctic cold, and it is sticking around. We have had some cold shots in the past, but they just kind of come right through and then they warm up the next day. But this, man, is just cold, and it's going to be staying cold in the upper Midwest and going into parts of the Great Lakes Northeast for some time. We really don't have any much of a big warm up coming along. Now, with that cold air in place, we have been seeing more of an active pattern coming into the southern United States and going into the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. So our jet stream basically has been dipping down way here into parts of Texas, and then kind of just slicing through the south and riding along basically the East Coast. With that, we have been seeing a lot of weather systems over the past few days, and we actually finally got DC. We finally got snow. Hooray! We should all be jumping up and down that we got snow, and guess what, DC? More is on the way. Possibly a lot more, depending on the exact track of the next possibly 2 systems this week and going into the weekend. The first system is actually coming out of the plains right now. It is Monday afternoon here on the East Coast. And so this system, it's not a very big system. It's not going to be producing a whole lot of heavy snowfall, but it is going to be making more of a nuisance, basically. Places in Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, going over into parts of Pennsylvania, New York, and New England, going from today and going into tomorrow. I think places south of the Mason-Dixon line and in the Mid-Atlantic are going to stay dry with this actual system. We could see a couple flurries here in DC tonight going into tomorrow. But the system basically from St. Louis to Columbus, Ohio, Pittsburgh, maybe up to Albany, New York, could be actually producing a 1 to 3 inch accumulation of some snow. And yes, it is cold. It is very, very cold. DC today, only 35, 36 for a high. That's cold, okay? I mean, our average is 44. So we're actually below average for, I feel like, the first time this whole entire winter. And it's going to stay cold here in DC through the next several days. And that's why we're going to see snow, mainly snow, coming into the region with the second system. Now, I don't think this system will be really named. If it does get named today or tomorrow, it's going to be Winter Storm Roland. And then after that, we have Shirley. So depending on what storm gets named next or whatever, either the R name, Roland will be rolling across the Northeast tonight into tomorrow. If not, then Roland will be rolling across the Great Plains and going into more of the Ohio, Tennessee, river valleys, and the Mid-Atlantic later this week. So with the cold in place, we are having a lot of computer models suggest that we could have a more vigorous and slow-moving storm start taking its shape on Tuesday and Wednesday here into the plains and slowly trek its way eastward, northeastward, basically, to the Mid-Atlantic. What's going to happen? Well, I don't think it's going to be very, very heavy snowfall all at once. A couple storms ago, this basically happened. I think with the slower moving storm And with a lot of cold air, a lot of cold air is a lot drier air. So it's not as moisture built basically when you have a lot of Arctic air. We will have moisture pulling in from the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico, but with the air already cold and dry, it's not going to be producing a lot of like heavy snowfall. What it is going to do is it's actually going to basically be a 2 to possibly 3 day storm as it just slowly treks eastward. So we could be picking up, maybe 6 to 8 inches in places like DC, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Cincinnati on like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and possibly going into Saturday. But those accumulations are going to be happening in a lot of time frame. So even though you're going to see snow and it's going to be possibly snowing for hours and hours and hours on end, it's not going to be very heavy snow. It'll be more of the light snow that doesn't accumulate as fast, basically. Very fine snow. So that system will be making its way from basically Texas, Oklahoma on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then basically Thursday, Friday, and going into this weekend, we will have that next winter storm. It will be a more vigorous storm coming into parts of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. So yes, DC, we got snow in the forecast, okay? And it is going to be cold enough for the snow. So with that in mind, I do think the southeast, it is going to be mainly rain events basically going into parts of the southeast with these next couple of storm systems. But honestly, after this upcoming weekend, we may have another storm system right in time for President's Day, which is on Monday. And it's actually, I think, Valentine's Day on Monday as well, if I'm not mistaken. It's either Sunday or Monday this year. I don't know. It's sometime this weekend. They're all coinciding basically. We could be seeing another winter storm develop on the East Coast or the Southeast going into the early part of next week. So that is my video for today. I just wanted to give everyone just an update on the weather happening outside. And yeah, it's cold. So stay warm out there, everyone. And I'll talk to you all again very soon. Bye.